Welcome everybody, this is Mary Fish with Stampin' Pretty and StampinPretty.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and in today's video I'm going to share with you a sneak peek of the products that I purchased from the Stampin' Up! 2018 Holiday Catalog. And there's a lot to cover. I'll do the best that I can. I'm still learning the names of some of the products, but I wanted to take a little bit of time so that I could show you how everything coordinates so beautifully. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for almost 10 years, and the thing that originally drew me to Stampin' Up! And today is paramount is the way that the dies, the stamps, the colors, and beyond coordinate. So I took a little time to deliberately get to know the products a little bit, and I'm going to share with you some of my initial impressions and some of my favorites at the same time. So I'm going to start out with the bundles, and every time I say bundle, think 10% off. The coordinating bundles are always a great bang for your buck. Having the two pieces not only saves you 10%, which is bundled pricing, but everything coordinates together. So, for example, the Dashing Deer stamp set coordinates with these framelits. And as I said, I'm still learning the names, and I haven't even put the names on everything, but this is the coordinating stamp set for the Dashing Deer bundle. I've even had time to create one card with it. I absolutely love the deer and the glorious and curvy. They really go almost modern to traditional in the antlers and the swirls. So I think this is going to be one of the top bundles. There'll be a little pause in between because I have so many things to share with you and need to keep kind of clearing my desk. So this is the Making Christmas Bright stamp set. You can see it has great little Christmas bulbs, cute fonts for sentiments, and lots of coordinating pieces that work. For example, this little frame coordinates with the sentiments. And then again, bundle, save 10%. When you get this cute Christmas bulb punch. Julie DiMatteo mentioned that it almost looks like a little footprint, so go figure, that's one more cool idea to work with it. And also in the bundle are the All is Bright little mini paper clips in cute shapes. We have a little Christmas tree and a star, just something you can tuck onto the side of a layer or a sentiment. And then there is a ribbon in this suite. What makes this Real Red ribbon special is it has two different patterns. It has a ribbed, if you can see it on top, a ribbed edge and then a smooth edge. Really elegant and pretty. And of course, in my opinion, no one does Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper. No one does Designer Series paper better than Stampin' Up! And this is called the All is Bright Designer Series paper. So it has the photographic elements that have been really trending, as well as lots of beautiful patterns. So you can see kind of the array of the photographic, and then you even have some fun Christmas stockings and patterns. I'm actually using this pretty bokeh design as the background for some of my cards. That's how much I loved it. So I'm going to just quickly set these things aside, and we're going to move on to a really fun stamp set. This is just a background stamp set, but I immediately fell in love with it. It's called Buffalo Check. It's one great big background. Looks super cool, just black ink stamped on red to give you that classic Christmas or even North Woods look, but you can go a lot further with it. It would look just as sweet in a couple different purples, tone on tone, or yellow and black. I think that's just a great idea, and I had to have that. Then this one we actually got on the ship. Again, another bundle. We have the Merry Christmas to All Photopolymer stamp set with a combination of script as well as print font. And then it has these coordinating dies. I'm a huge fan, and I know from what people purchase, you love having word dies. So we have Merry, Happy, Happy Holidays. You could put those two together. And you also have Christmas. Oop, a little moth flew by. And then we have two label holders, and they are designed to work together. Again, a 10% off bundle. And then a new Swirls and Curls embossing folder. It's not a dynamic embossing folder. It is our regular embossing folder, but this works year round, and I think it's just super cool. We also have another tin. Perfect for classes or get-togethers or family stamping time. This is a reusable box, gorgeous for a gift or even cookies. And inside, nicely packed, are the things that you would need to make holiday cards or tags or treats. It has a special little label. I can't think of what the name is, of course, right off the top of my head. Let me check for you. Christmas Traditions Punch Box, and it's called the Christmas Traditions Punch. Told you I'd have to cheat now and then. I'm really hoping that this one gets carried over. I hope you can see the shape. And then it coordinates with the stamp set that comes with it. Probably easier to see the stamp set if I just pop it on here so that you can see. And again, that's all photopolymer. And it even includes a block and two ink spots. So pretty much everything you would need other than cardstock to create something fun. And I love the mileage that you can get out of the beautiful box as well as presentation. So again, gift giving, family time, just your own personal crafting, all amazing. Then we have, what do we have here? We have the Joyous Noel Designer Series paper, and this is a specialty paper, and I don't know how well it's coming up, but you can see that it has a foil, and it's actually copper foil. So these are the different patterns. Hoping that you can see them. I'm just going to pick them up so that you can see a little bit better. I tried to fan them out so that you could see quite a bit at once. And again, it's always a little tricky showing and sharing at the exact same time. And then another part of that suite I just had to have is this little sprig punch. I immediately see reindeer antlers or deer antlers, but it also is a great shape. I use my leaf punch, which is not this one, probably more than any other of my punches. And I think this will be in that same league for things you can just layer and have fresh and pretty greenery. I have some little grandnieces and nephews and people who love a little bit of whimsy, young and old, and I was super excited to choose this as what I call my whimsy fun holiday set. So for starters, it has the Signs of Santa Photopolymer stamp set and the Santa's Signpost Framelits dies. Again, bundle, save 10% when you purchase these together. But these have value that goes above and beyond. Not only does this little North Pole die crop the North Pole, it also works with the Specialty Designer Series paper that is part of the suite of products. So you'll see that, hopefully you can see, it actually will crop right from the Designer Series paper. The beauty of that is if you don't want to color or you need to do things quickly, you can crop a perfect little element. And it only gets better because, for example, I won't even be able to share with you all the possibilities, but these little elves, same deal. There's a stamp that you can stamp and color, or you can opt to use the Designer Series paper and crop right from there. Another amazing thing that you do not want to miss about this set is that it's a specialty paper, so these areas of white, just certain spots like this gift, part of this little hat, are really, really neat. I love it. Even this stripe, that's all flocking. So it gives this rich and beautiful look. It's a little, I don't know if it's a little heavier weight, but I think it would be great for gifts as well as cards and tags. So just keep thinking everything works together. Even has cute little modern snowflakes. It has a little mini tag. Again, just really quickly, I just got to show you, there's just so many options. Just like all of these have a little home. And for example, this little die coordinates with the little gifties. I hope you can see that. So the gifties, and there's even a little cart. So I won't bore you with every single combination, but that's part of what makes, I think, this set so versatile. And then it has some coordinating options. It has this beautiful woven Poppy Parade ribbon. One of the foundations of this suite is Poppy Parade, which is a bright, rich, bright red. And then it has some green, I can't think of the name of the color right now, but it has a green baker's twine on a nice big roll, so you can make lots of tags and cards. And then it has the Santa's Workshop enamel shapes. Quick little stick-ons, again, cute for that little something something. We already sell the real red rhinestones, or I should say just red rhinestones, but they are shown as part of the suite. And then there are some luscious red cards. There's a large and a small card and coordinating envelopes, all in the Poppy Parade color. I think they're Poppy Parade because they coordinate with the set. And then I've got, this was an interesting one. It was actually on my B list, and now I'm wondering what I was thinking because I decided to get it at the last minute, and I absolutely think it's a stunneroo. It's the Winter Woods stamp set and the In the Woods Framelits dies. You can see how I used this die, which creates all these little boughs within this tree die, to create this card. I shared this on my stampinpretty.com blog, and you can see how I just layered the vanilla layers to get that really rich and beautiful look. And I did that using these two dies. And then you have these coordinate with this little bow. And what's cool about the dies is that you have 3 of them. So you can stamp 3 times and crop 3 all at once. And there's a great sample showing these as a wreath. And then of course you've got the birches, which you can layer across a page as a background. You have this as a background, and you could even layer in some of this tree die in front to create some 3D. I think it's gorgeous, and I hope you really like the card. I thought it was just a fun wow card. This stamp set is Feathers and Frost. Perfect for blending. I want to also mention there are a bunch, I think there's six or 8 new Stampin' Blends colors, meaning Stampin' Up! Colors that are now available in Stampin' Blends in the holiday catalog. I'm thrilled about that because the blends have been something that has made me feel empowered to color. And this stamp set is just simple and easy for just coloring leaves and the little bits of holly. But many of us love to add a little something something. So remember those little red rhinestones? You could put those on here. They are self-adhesive. But not everything is self-adhesive. So Stampin' Up! Has a new Take Your Pick, which is a tool that has a little bit of putty, and you twist it and it comes up, and you can just go boom, 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 and very easily add your sequins and other goodies. And there's more. This end has a paper piercing tool as well as a little spatula that you can flip in and out. And then there are 2 sizes of a stylus, and then there is an extra refill. And I think I forgot to put the stylus out, or maybe it's part of the inside of one. I'm still learning. I also have, this is what I think maybe one of the sleepers of the catalog, and I went for it, and now I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I got this. It's called Nothing Sweeter. It goes with the dies. It's the Sweetly Stitched Framelits dies. And at first thought, you may not realize how much this little set can do. So I actually took some time to play with it. It has an outline, and then it has a coordinating solid. So you can instantly create this little gift I used Blueberry Bushel on the outside and Balmy Blue on the inside. Very Stamparatus friendly. I love my Stamparatus, and as I have said in other videos, I rarely use my clear blocks anymore because the Stamparatus ensures I get even results as well as second chances. So you can see how cute that was. And then I also, for this one, I just layered the sentiment on there. I could add a tag and of course include it with a little treat. So I think that's cute. And then of course there's a perfect little die that will crop it out, but it goes a little further, and any die, so whether you stamp it or not, you can add this sweet stitching. It is not a complete cutout die, it just adds that little touch of embossing. And it does the same thing with the tree as well as the heart. And I actually made a sample with the heart. I wanted a little frosted strawberry cookie, so I started out with Whisper White, and then I stamped the solid heart in Flirty Flamingo, and then I stamped the outline in Crumb Cake, and then I cropped it with the die, and then used the little cross stitch die to add just that little touch. Again, this is just the beginning element of a tag, a die, a treat set, but I think it's really fun, and it shows you how valuable and how useful all of these cool items are. I mean, there's even a little snowflake. And then these borders, again, they don't cut out, they add stitching. So you can think of all the ways where you could add a little something down the side of a card or along the side. It's got the little rick-rack as well as the scalloped. I just feel like that is just going to be a sleeper, meaning not immediately noticed as a great stamp set, but ultimately will be popular. I plan to get a lot of use out of it. This is from the Festive Farmhouse Suite. And I'm going to start with the Designer Series paper. I immediately fell in love because it has great card-friendly patterns. Hopefully you can see those okay, they don't have them too close. And it has stripes, it has a pretty little font, and it has one of my favorites for the holidays, and that's plaid. Lots of pretty plaid options. Again, that's called Festive Farmhouse. And then the suite has coordinating thick baker's twine. I think this is Mossy Meadow, Very Vanilla, and Cherry Cobbler, but I'm not 100% sure. And then it has one of our dynamic embossing folders. This one's called Corrugated. If you remember the crimpers we had years ago where you cranked them through and it was always a little tricky lining them up, now you'll be able to line things up with precision. I also want to point out a change Stampin' Up! Has made on all of our embossing folders, and they've added this little line right here so that when you put cardstock inside, you can line it up on this end or this way so that you can make sure you've got things square, especially for something that has lines and you really would like to just cut your cardstock first to size and then go ahead and add the embossing. But I think this is a must-have. It's going to give you that cool packaging look. And then there's some pre-cut little die-cut words and trees and stars that coordinate with the set. And then I'm really excited about these galvanized buttons. Talk about a year of metals. We have so many fun metals in the collection. I'm going to show you another set, our Harvest set, Country Lane, Designer Series paper, and so forth. That also will coordinate with these little galvanized buttons. And this washi isn't just for this particular product suite, but I wanted to share it with you. It's gonna go with lots of things. It has gold, it has real red, it has cherry. So it's a great versatile washi set that has a little point of its own. And before I finish up on the more traditional holiday stuff, I wanna give you a sneak peek at an exclusive product that will be available in September only. And it will be with a $250 product order where you claim host rewards. This will just be a freebie in addition to. And it's called the Dashing Along Designer Series paper. Super card friendly and wonderful. I'll have more details about the promotion on my blog, but I love the size and just the classic sophistication of these. Check out that green newsprint. I think that's just so classy and cool. And again, that's going to be a freebie and only available as a Stampin' reward or a host reward for either a workshop or customer order of $250 or more in September. So I want to move on to a couple things that, even though I said I was done with Christmas, these are great winter sets. So they could go above and beyond. They're not linked to a specific holiday, but they're great for winter and for celebrating other holidays during the winter. And this is called Beautiful Blizzard. It has great, just simple background elements, a really fun font that I feel it looks like a blizzard, right? Very, very, I think it's different and fresh. And then we have a single die. And what makes this amazing is you can cut out and crop all those different snowflakes. The die is called Blizzard Thinlits Dies, and again, ba-dum-bum, it's a bundle and you can save 10%. In addition, you can use one of our embossing mats. I recently did a video on this where you can just get this to emboss rather than cut and have just a glorious background. So that's the Beautiful Blizzard stamp set. And I've got another suite that I consider winter. This is the Frosted Floral Specialty Designer Series paper. There is also a stamp set and dies that work with this, but at this point I wanted to get the paper in my hands and I don't own the rest. I'll give you a quick rundown. It has Blackberry Bliss, Blushing Bride, Grey Granite, Mary Merlot, Mint Macaron, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Pear Pizzazz, Pineapple Punch, Powder Pink, Soft Sea Foam, Soft Suede, and Tranquil Tide. Whew, that's a lot. That's the Frosted Floral Specialty Designer Series paper. And what makes it specialty is it's on shimmer white paper. So if there's one thing I'm gonna say is a must-have from the collection, it's this gorgeous paper. And the reason I think of it not as Christmas, but as winter is because it has really year-round versatility. It has that frosty effect for the winter holidays, but clearly many of these patterns can be used in other ways. Aren't they beautiful? I love the small and simple to this absolutely glorious look. Or even for holiday, just think how pretty this simple one would be. And you probably can't see the shimmer the way that I can in the light, but you will have to believe me that it is beautiful. So this is my recommendation for that particular suite. And then if you want to dress it up, there is some velvet. Let me double check the color. Okay, help me. Tranquil Tide velvet ribbon that coordinates, as well as some frosted and clear epoxy shapes, just to add that little icy extra. And let's move into fall. I'm gonna grab Halloween next. Now I only have about 5 or 6 Halloween cards that I make each year, and mostly for my nieces and nephews and some family members that love the delight of getting a holiday card or any kind of card, but I typically will hone in on one suite that I think is versatile. And that suite for me, and there's many choices, would be Spooky Sweets. And the reason I chose that is it has a coordinating bat punch that does 3 different bats. I hope you can see it. It's a little bit reflective with the daylight. It coordinates with these cutie little bats. There's a great background. And then I already owned this, I think it's called Twinkle Builder stamp, but it's a stamp that's in our annual catalog with the moon and the stars, and it coordinates with that. So there's 2 punches, and then it's got some great versatile sentiments. So this is the bundle where you would get 10% off. And this is just, if you haven't bought it already, you might want to get it, or if you already have it, you're going to get a little more mileage out of it with the Spooky Sweets stamp set. Then they have this glorious black sparkle ribbon that I absolutely had to have. Sometimes just having one bundle and some of the embellishments is all you need. And I also got the black foil sheets. You get 2 sheets, but I think it's like only $4. And then I'm already imagining those bats in this yummy foil to really fly off the cards I make. And then there's an entire suite that coordinates with this Toil and Trouble Designer Series paper. Just highlights basic black, Cajun crazed, crushed curry, gorgeous grape, brandy apple green, Highland heather, lemon lime. I won't read them all. But I wanted the paper, but I opted for the other suite. I know people are just nuts about that whole suite. So keep in mind that this is another great suite, and it has a coordinating stamp set as well as dies. But I wanted to have it because I love this flip side with these little kitties. Aren't they super cute? Little kitties, little ghosties. I love the simple stripe. As always, as I said at the beginning of the video, I just love simple coordination. That could go into fall. Cute little variety of broomsticks. So you can see where I was heading with this. I just think it gives me tons of Halloween versatility, so I can make those 6 to 8 cards and have everything I need. And in addition, I have one more way I can celebrate Halloween and beyond, and it's with Takeout Treats. This is another bundle, 10% off. You get Takeout Treats and the Takeout Framelits dies. And I'm going to show you the dies first. This is what you need to create just this die. Don't look at the little heart and the things inside. This creates a little mini Takeout Treat that you could make in designer series paper or cardstock. There's a tag die, there's an extra panel that works with the Takeout Treats. There's a little banner that has scores where you can squeeze things together and pop it up. A star, a heart. This little tiny goodie actually coordinates with the holly. And then there's a mini tag. I'm all about these mini tags. They're so cute. And so this coordinates with the Takeout Treats stamp set. And the reason I was excited about this bundle is it works for Halloween. Look at less tricks and more treats. It has Valentine's Day and love. Love you lots. It has Christmas. It has thank you. It has, oh, you could do birthday with these little candies, little streamers. I think it's just a dear little set. And I find that Valentine's Day comes up really quickly after I focus like crazy on Halloween, fall, and then especially Christmas and the winter holidays. And so I think this is just a great versatile set. We saw a sample that had Frankenstein made out of the Takeout Treat box. So the base, or Frankenstein's face, was, I'm sure it was in the new Granny Apple Green, and then they put black fringy hair on him and a scary face. Super cute, super cute. Loved it. And then for fall, I have two choices. I do a lot of fall and gratitude cards, and this is Falling for Leaves. It's a more modern set. I think the font is beautiful. Note, I love that little double for this alternate font and how it combines beautifully with the script. And I think just simple and pretty year-round leaf images. And then it's a bundle, so you'd save 10% when you buy these two coordinating products together with the Detailed Leaves Framelits dies. And you get, I mean, this is just seriously beautiful. You get this die, and then you have this gorgeous inset to add embossing. And these, they almost remind me of like an updated and much more on-trend paisley feel. Just rich, almost folkloric, modern, but I had to have that for fall because I felt it went well beyond. And then last but not least, this is the fall suite that I anticipate will be one of our most popular. I'm gonna just check and make sure I call it the proper thing. It's called the Country Lane Suite. And I will start out, actually, I want to get you to sort of the heart of it. The Country Home Photopolymer Stamp Set. I think this is going to be a winner. The samples in the catalog, which again, all these products will be available September 5th, 2018. Or if you're a demonstrator or you want to be a demonstrator, you can join now and order them now. But this has simple images that to me are absolutely perfect for using my Stampin' Blends. They're actually introducing some additional Stampin' Blends colors specific to this suite. Cajun Craze and Blackberry Bliss. So those two colors will be new within the holiday catalog. And what a pretty font. Again, I think this is just going to be a really popular little stamp set. It does not have a die set. It is really more about coloring. And remember the galvanized buttons that I showed you? There's actually galvanized metallic paper. I haven't opened it yet because I don't want to accidentally scratch it. I'm very careful with my foils. But the creme de la creme of this stamp set, or this suite for me, is this tin tile dynamic embossing folder. Can you see that? The samples are just amazing. I don't know if it'll be easier to see from the inside, but our dynamic folders emboss from the top and the bottom, which means you get really, really rich embossing. And with the metallic, this galvanized metallic, it is one gorgeous look. It's all over the catalog. And then you've got a few extra little coordinating things like this chicken wire that you can crop and do little elements to give kind of that country feel. I had to have this braided twine, little tiny itty bitty twine, itty bitty braiding. And then this is the Country Lane Designer Series paper, Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Crazed, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Mint Macaron, Old Olive, and Whisper White. Many, many of your favorites. And again, nice, simple fall patterns. Year-round, though. I mean, obviously, this is year-round, this is year-round, this is year-round. The polka dot is year-round. And let me just pick this up so you can get a good look. But I love, these are the things that I just felt, these are the things that I feel will carry me through for all my fall and holiday things. So that is a lot. We have gone over 30 minutes. I hope you're still with me. Please stop by my blog, stampinpretty.com. If you subscribe to my newsletter, as well as my daily blog updates with paper crafting ideas, you will get a free PDF. So please stop by. You can shop for Stampin' Up! Products, and I post daily with both videos as well as tips and samples. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.